Hi guys, and welcome back to episode 5 of Virgo Vibes Podcast by me, Elizabeth Jankovic. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It's been a while since I've made a podcast, honestly, and I am looking at my little memos right now, and I see that my last one was on sleep, grinding, and routines, and, if I remember correctly, that was pretty much a rant podcast, and we're gonna touch a lot on that today. But yeah, I feel like it's been so long since I've talked to my YouTube or anything like that. If you don't subscribe to my YouTube, if you're just listening to this on Spotify or something, then I have a YouTube channel just called Elizabeth Jankovic. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about a lot today. And it's going to relate a lot to my last podcast, the sleep, grinding, and routines one. I forgot what it was called specifically, but y'all know the gist. And, I say this in every single podcast, but I'm sorry for the background noise of slamming doors or sirens or people screaming and shouting, because I do live in a dorm and people are annoying and immature. So, yeah. Okay, cool. So I am just on my computer as well, tapping into, my Virgo Vibes podcast playlist and just looking at my previous ones and, making sure I'm all up to date. So I just want to go over my life update, school update, semester update, 2020 update, and then we're going to talk a lot about that kind of like grind and, if we can grind but also sleep, and all that stuff. So anyway, I feel like it's been a while since I've, like I was saying before, like talked to my YouTube, whatever, because I'm looking at my YouTube right now, and my last 4 videos are, they seem from so long ago. I know 2 of them, so right now I'm recording this on February 2nd. Happy February. It is the Super Bowl. And my most recent 4 videos, one of them is a sick vlog. One of them is peanut butter banana oat cookie recipe. But basically, I haven't had ones that have been when the semester started that aren't related to me being sick. So I haven't had a normal video where I'm talking normally and just in a good mindset. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to record this podcast, because I need to get in a good mindset. So let's work on this little life, school, semester update stuff. So it's February 2nd. I've officially completed the first full week of school. In, I think, my last vlog or something in my last vlog you guys would have seen, which was my second sick vlog when I was getting better. I talk a little bit about my school schedule, and I'm going to mention it now. So I basically have 4 classes. I usually do 15 or 16 credits, just depending how it falls. And I was actually enrolled in 14 this semester. It was 5 classes, but one was a dance class, which was only 2 credits, but it was still the same amount of time that I normally do. It was actually a lot less class time than I had last semester, so I was excited to have more time this semester. And then I thought I was going to get a paid internship, which I spoke about in that last vlog, but I did not get that paid internship. And it was almost like a slap in the face. I don't even know, because I think in that last podcast from last semester, I was talking about how, I graduate after fall 2020. So I'm a 3rd year, but I graduate after fall 2020, a semester early. So since I have this spring semester and then fall semester left, I basically am a senior. So I was like, okay, I need to get my life together. I need to start doing internships. So I was like, wow, I'm so unqualified for this marketing paid internship with this book publishing company. And I definitely was taking the interview for granted, and just the nice, how nice the interview was and just how chill they were. I feel like I took all of that for granted, and I didn't really sell myself as a person, but I also really did not think I deserved it at all. And I was like, yo, how did I even get recruited for this? This doesn't make any sense. I think it was more oh, maybe she has a good GPA and a good major, but I didn't actually have the backings for it. And so not getting that internship was okay, oh, Elizabeth, you need to kind of work on that. So spring 2020, my intentions are like, okay, I need to actually get stuff on my resume. So I actually started a unpaid marketing internship at the Artist Co-op. Today was my first day, Sunday, February 2nd. I'm doing 13 hours a week for 13 weeks. So I'm going to get in 160 hours by the end of the semester. So yeah, today I did 9 to 5, and I'm doing social media and events, which as far as like media that isn't like acting or something like that, or like radio or broadcast journalism, that's the type of like stuff I'm interested in, like social media and events. So I'm very excited to learn. It's unpaid, as I said, but at the same time, like, it allows me to ask more questions and like be who I really am versus be scared to like make a mistake, if that makes sense. So it's a really cool environment. I like the vibe. I'm definitely getting used to like the area it's in, that part of the city. But you know what? It means I'm gonna learn new subway lines. I'm gonna probably learn new buses, new routes, new, food places, stuff like that. So it's a learning experience, and I have to stay open-minded. So I'm getting experience with that. Again, everything happens for a reason. I didn't get that internship with the paid book publishing company to, that taught me a lesson. Like, Elizabeth, you kind of need to prepare. Okay, sorry for the background noise. I'm really sorry about that. But it taught me, like, Elizabeth, you need to prepare for the real world that you're going to enter in 2021. And, you have a full calendar year to figure it out. And might as well start early. So I'm doing this unpaid internship. I am getting 4 credit. I'm so sorry about that. My neighbors are a bit disrespectful. So I'm getting 4 credits for that. So I was actually enrolled in 5 classes for 14 credits. And then when I got this 4 credit internship, I dropped a 3 credit class. So now I'm taking 15 credits. So it's 4 classes and then this internship. So, it's basically like Sunday 9 to 5 I'm busy. So it's like right now it's the evening. It's actually the Super Bowl, but like I don't celebrate. I never have celebrated. I know my friend's throwing something, but like I wasn't gonna go. And then I was like, oh wait, maybe I should, because all my friends were saying I should. And then at the end of the day, I came back from the internship and I was super, super, super overwhelmed with life. So I was like, yeah, I'm just going to take this time off. So that's why I'm like recording this right now, getting my life together, which we'll talk about more. Monday, I'm completely busy because I have my internship 11 to 4. And then I go to Hunter, which is my college, and I have class 6 to 9 p.m. And then I have to go back to my dorm and go to bed because on Tuesday I have a 9:45 a.m. And then I have a nice 3-hour break, which I made sure to have a nice break between classes on Tuesday and Friday, because I hate having classes right back to back. So none of my classes are back to back this year because of that 3-hour gap. So Tuesday I have a 9:45 to 11 and then a 2:10 to 3:25, and that gap is really nice for me to like get organized. And then 3:25 I get out of school. I can either hang out in the library or go home, be productive. And then Wednesday I have completely off, which is a good day to do homework. In my head I told myself I would do background acting or like book things, but at the same time like I'm realizing that I'm super busy this semester, so that is going to stay open for homework. Thursday I just have a 4:10 to 7 class, so I have like all day Thursday to either book something or chill, relax, whatever. And then I have class, then I come home, sleep, because Friday is identical to my Tuesday, a 9:45 to 11, and then a 2:10 to 3:45. And I'm hoping to go out on Fridays, have fun on Fridays, which I didn't even do this past weekend, now that I think about it. But we're not going to talk about that. This past weekend was stupid. This past weekend was just weird. This whole week was weird, and we're going to talk about that. And then Saturdays are theoretically open, like all day open, unless that's like to do homework, whatever, pretty much, or like sleep in if I go out on a Friday. And then Saturday I can like go out, or Saturday night I babysit, or just like prepare for my busy Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, because like pretty much Sunday, Monday, Tuesday I'm busy, but then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday I'm more chill. So that's kind of my schedule. So as I said, today's February 2nd, it's Sunday. I finished my first week of school. So my winter break, I was home in Westchester for 3 weeks, and then I came to the city for my 2-week vacation. And, I came to the city and it was fine. It was fun for like 5 days. No, it was actually fun for like a week. I'm not gonna lie. Solid week, great. The next week, aka my last week of break right before the semester started, I got unbelievably sick, which is where you guys would have seen 2 vlogs on my channel about me being sick, which are really funny. I recommend. They were really fun to edit. I love that for me. But it did mean I spent those days relaxing, just trying to mentally prep for the semester and physically feel better. I had never felt so sick in my life. Thought I was going to die. Really long story, but like, thought I was going to die. Went to urgent care for the first time ever in my life. Then I, got better kind of just in time for school. I was on like antibiotics for the first time that I can consciously remember, besides the time that I was like a baby. And the antibiotics like went through my first week of school till Thursday. So I have been, it's my like Friday, it's my 3rd day off of all my antibiotic stuff. Fully better. Today I could say I'm fully better. Phlegm here and there, but it's winter, it's normal. Dry coughing sometimes randomly. Not really sure what that's from. I think this is just from like me still getting better, whatever it may be. But yeah, so like I died and got sick, and that's why like it feels like I took a break from YouTube, but I didn't. But I also made like 2 recipe videos, and I'm making this podcast. So I haven't like filmed a sit down video in a while, except my like 2020 resolutions and like my announcement and giveaway video. That was like my last sit down video, because a couple others were vlogs, and then 2 others were recipe videos, and then this is a podcast. So yeah, it feels like I haven't posted, but like I have been sticking to my twice a week, Tuesday, Thursday, 1 p.m. schedule. So I don't really know why it feels like that. I think it's just like I haven't sat down. So yeah, that was like my winter break update. I got sick, school started, and then semester update about the unpaid internship, and then my class schedule. And I pretty much, for money, I don't know, I just had like a lot of gigs recently and like this week. So like I think for money I'll be good for a while. I don't really have to worry too much, but it's pretty much the internship, classes, occasional babysitting. I'm actually going to go back to Westchester Saturday on, I think it's the 7th. Yeah, Saturday the 8th to babysit. But yeah, it's just like random gigs, okay? That's what my life is, per diem gigs. I don't really do on the books part-time jobs anymore. I do these random gigs because I'm cool, and I know you're jealous. I should make like a video about per diem gigs, because that's literally what I want my life to look like. Okay, so cool. We talked about life, me being sick, winter break, school starting. So yeah, basically 15 credits with my internship. So it's like instead of 5 classes, I have a really light, like all of my professors. Now we're going to start talking about anxiety, all right? We're going to transition into anxiety, because first week of school, I was super, super, super anxious. And I think it is because I knew I was taking on this internship. And I've never honestly had an internship. Like in high school, I did, but in high school, your internship like literally replaced school. Whereas here with my school schedule, it's like I have this internship, but then I also have school. And I had a really hard time. Oh my God, I'm so sorry for all the background noise. People slamming doors. Anyway, I had a really hard time accepting the fact that this would be an unpaid internship. I was having like second thoughts. And then I realized, no, it's okay. Like, I am making all of my monetary goals. I literally am not stressed with money anymore. Like, I have a check coming in the mail later in the week. Like, we're good. I did a lot of gigs early on. Like, I did 2 gigs yesterday. I did 1 right before school started. I'm babysitting Saturday. So, like, all of that money is kind of, like, perfect and stuff. So I don't really have to worry. And then also, like, when I do taxes, if I get money back, I'll get more money. We'll see. I might have like a huge influx of money when my like mom and dad help me do my taxes from 2019, because then I might have like a lot more money than I thought I would have. So yeah, so I'm not too busy besides classes and the internship. It was meant to, like, it's still, I'm just starting. Like, so for my first week of school, I just had class. Thank God, because I was sick. And so I talked about this a little bit in that video. I was like, hey, Guys, I, wanted my first week of school to be like really fun and just like getting used to everything. And I feel like every time I make a buffer into my schedule, like, okay, first week of school, I'm not going to have any, really other obligations. But then I was sick, so I kind of needed that time. Also, I've talked about this before, but like syllabus week, your first week of school for the semester, is kind of stressful. It depends. It can either be super easy because you don't really have any work, or it could be stressful because your professors are telling you all of the assignments, including midterm, final papers, whatever. You're getting all that information for all of your classes the first week of school. And you're like, oh my God, I have to do all of this. But, so like, I was super anxious, not after, like sometimes I get anxious after classes, but like that wasn't the case this semester. That first week of school, I was like, okay, I'm sick. And I was actually just really scared because I wasn't sure when I was going to get better. I think that drove my anxiety. And then also this internship. I was like, am I going to get sleep? Because like sometimes I'm like, oh, like it's totally fine. I just won't sleep. Like it's fine. But then when it comes down to it, when the reality happens and I don't get sleep, I literally break down. Like I have mental breakdowns. I will cry. I will want to like give up everything, whatever. But like that happens for like maybe an hour, and then I like pull myself back together, like they say in that Incredibles, whatever, Elastigirl, pull yourself together, whatever. You got to do that shit for yourself, especially when you live in New York City. Bro, when you live in New York City, like you have, especially alone, like in my building, we are alone, like we don't have roommates. You're literally on your own. You need to just figure your shit out on your own. So whatever. I don't know, this was like the most anxious beginning of the semester for me. I can't really say why. I really think it was because I knew the internship was starting and I was worried about it. And I was kind of realizing that like it's the first time I have to work a set number of hours a week. It's like the first time that I have to do that in like, I want to say 10 months, but I know that's wrong. I think 9 months, because I quit my job April 7th of last year. So April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. Yeah, 10 months. So it's been 10 months since I've had a job. Even though this isn't paid, I'm still going to call it a job because it's work. 13 hours a week. I have shifts, like I have a lunch break, that type of stuff. So yeah, it's just like, it's been 10 months since I've had a structure like that. So I was kind of anxious about that, but we good. So let's talk more about that anxiety. So I was like, maybe it's being caused by caffeine, but at the same time last week, when I was taking all of my medicine, I was really scared that caffeine would fuck with it. So I didn't drink coffee until I was off of my antibiotics. But I was super anxious anyway. And I wasn't really sleeping. Like, I was waking up early. I was waking up after 6 or 7 hours of sleep, ready to go. And I was like, this is definitely going to catch up to me eventually. Which it definitely does. I slept for like 10 hours, like 2 days in a row. But still, it was wild. Also, I'm really thirsty. So we're going to take like half a second break. Enjoy the sound of me opening my mini fridge and slurping some flat seltzer. But like, I'm just very parched from talking so much. So give me a second. Delicious, if you're wondering. This is bubbly sparkling water in the peach flavor. I would not repurchase. So, okay. Yeah, I was super anxious last week. And then at the end of the day, in my 4 classes, literally every single one of my professors is great. Super chill. Classes did not seem ridiculously hard. But yet I still had anxiety, and I think a lot of the anxiety was related to this internship. Just because, as I said, it's been 10 months since I've had something where it's a set number of hours a week. you commute, you have to make sure you're on time. My per diem gigs, as I was saying before, are super, what's it called? Like, it's once in a while, so it's, like, not hard to be on time once in a while, and, like, I make my own schedule with that, whereas this, yes, I chose these hours, but they're consistent every single week. I don't know. It's fine. Like, I've done it before. I did it in high school, so it's, like, clearly I could do it. Anyway, so that is part of the reason why I wanted to take this break. Sunday night, February 2nd, Super Bowl, when all of my friends were going out, to just slow down, because I was like, whoa, I was so anxious last week. This is my first full week back of school. Like, I mean, last week was my first full week of school, but, like, tomorrow, Monday, February 3rd, is my second week of school, and that's when the professors are like, all right, I don't want to curse, all right, like, get ready to freaking go, like, we have to, I don't know, it's just when they're like, yeah, I know last week was bullshit, this week is real, you know? So I have a 3-hour lecture tomorrow, and sometimes you get out early on your first week of school during syllabus week, and this week I'm not going to get out early. Like, you know, our classes are probably going to go the full time. But again, professors are great. I just need to slow down, and we're going to talk about slowing down right now. So that is why I took this time to not go out, because as much as I was like, I had, you know, FOMO, fear of missing out. And then I realized I've been so anxious. The last 7 days, I finally got better. Literally today, I'm back to 100% myself after being sick for a week. And that was just so odd to me. No, wait, no. Oh my God, it was 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks ago tomorrow that I got sick. And, like, I'm finally 100% today. So it was, like, a wild ride. And I literally, what did I do? I came home, I went on my phone, I went through all these notifications. I love the weekend. I love Saturday and Sunday as an actress and media consumer, because social media is a lot slower. So then it's easier to practice self-care. So I did that. What else did I do when I initially came home? Oh, like, I caught up on some YouTube videos, casting notices. I organized. I kind of thought about my week. I did my affirmations, which I really need to do more often, at least once a week, ideally like twice a week. Twice a week I think is a healthy amount. It's just enough to, like, remember, but not, like, so often that, like, it's stupid. So I did my affirmations, which really grounded me. Part of the reason why I'm doing this podcast for me is very grounding and, like, slows me down, allows me to process. Like, I knew, like, all day today, I was like, I can't wait to record this podcast. I was like, high key, I really don't want to go to the Super Bowl party just so I can record this podcast. Also, Super Bowl party is, like, I don't care about games, and I don't care about any of the food as a vegan and as somebody who doesn't like processed food or hot food or salty food or greasy food. So it just, like, what? Like, it was so unappealing for me. So speaking of, like, slowing down, which, as I said, was, oh yeah, I also, self-care, like, worked out. Like, as I was saying, I did my affirmations, and I was like, yo, I don't know. I just remembered along with my affirmations, I was saying, like, my 2020 goals and my health and fitness goals and my lifestyle goals. I literally feel like I'm going to pass out. I swear to God, does anybody else feel like talking is a sport? Not a sport. Talking, literally, I can talk a lot. As y'all can tell, that's why low-key radio is my dream. And my dad recently, like, got a contact for a potential radio internship for the summer. We'll see. Guys, I'm blabbing, whatever. This is more for me than for you, but I'm sure you can relate, especially to this part. So, like, I could talk a lot, and I need to talk a lot. So when I lost my voice, when I got sick, I was not able to talk. I need to talk to myself, and this is part of it. This podcast is part of talking to myself, because literally me speaking things and writing things helps me process. I can't process things unless I say it out loud, which is like thinking out loud, or write it, or both. So I did the affirmations, I went through my goals, and then I was like, okay, I took off the first week of school from the internship, so that actually was really helpful because then I got sick and I needed to, not die. Finally, I'm better. Awesome. I have a goal of working out 3 times a week. I think that's a really healthy amount. And my 3 times are going to be a toning workout, which I could either do a toning class or more often than not, I'm going to do like my home workout, which is like, it works on arms and legs and core and like, yeah, pretty much toning. And then once a week I want to do yoga or stretching type vibe at a class. And once a week I want to do cardio. So I was like, all right, like I told myself first week of school I would have off. I got sick, so I didn't work out last week because I also was consuming not a lot of calories last week because I had no appetite. I don't know, it was a very odd week. So now, okay, I was like, shit. The internship started, and last night I got 5 hours of sleep. Again, super anxious, super all over the place, brain scattered. And today I was like, oh, like, I'm going to push working out to next week. Like, this is the first week with the internship. Like, I should really push it to next week. And then I realized after, choosing to take Sunday night to, like, ground myself, I was like, no, it's Sunday. I want to set my intentions for the week. And that's literally what I'm doing with this podcast. So I'm setting my intentions and I'm doing my internship this week. And yes, I'm a little sleep deprived, but that's what Wednesday night is for. Not Wednesday. That's what Wednesday is for. That's what my day off is for. I'm going to sleep on Wednesday. And, it sucks that it's hard to get consistent sleep these days. But I know that I have built into my schedule a chunk of time where I can, catch back up. And yeah, so I kind of lost my train of thought, sorry. So yeah, setting my intentions, okay, right. So I was like, okay, self-care, plucking those eyebrows, right? I like really, really thoroughly exfoliated my skin. I'm going to shower tonight. I'm going to shave my legs, and that's going to be really nice. Sunday self-care is perfect. And that's another reason why I was like, Super Bowl, that's so stupid. Like, that's going to cause me anxiety. Sorry I keep going back to that, but it's like when you know yourself well. I'm 20 years old. I've been grinding school and extracurriculars since a freshman in high school. And I know myself when it comes to social activities, and I'm just like, I can't. I know it's going to cause me more anxiety if I don't take a break. So I did all that stuff, and I worked out. I was like, you know what, Elizabeth, I'm going to be happy if I work out. So I did a really quick workout that actually I felt the burn. I really did. And I did my affirmations. I stretched. I rolled. And now I'm recording this podcast. So I'm slowing down. And I want to talk about slowing down right now. And maybe I'll touch upon this further. So we're approaching the 30-minute mark. And I'm going to definitely cap this off at 40. Because 40 minutes is, it's enough. So, slowing down. Very weird. So, kind of with that anxiety thing of last week, I felt very go. I feel like sensory overload is happening to me a lot recently because when as I was saying before, realized that I'm graduating soon, I need to have a lot of relevant stuff on my resume. So I started applying for literally everything I could possibly apply for. And that was kind of the sensory overload. Like, I was getting so many emails, so many notifications, and the more you respond to emails and notifications and submit to castings or text people back or swipe up or comment on something, the more kind of sensory overload and like notifications are going to pop up on your phone. And like, I'm the type of person where like, I have to check all of my notifications always. Like, I don't let them build up. I monitor them every single day. So like, I consume everything. I'm always consuming. So I think that caused a lot of my anxiety because I was just like trying to take every opportunity possible. And then I realized I was like low-key dying. So I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do that. But again, I'm in the process of finding the balance. Like, everything's so new, so fresh. Beginning of February, beginning of a new month. Love the month of February for some reason. Just the idea of February is such a beautiful, like, concept to me. But, you know, I'm figuring it out, that sensory overload. So recently, and this is very odd, as I've been walking on the street of the city, I always have my AirPods in. I'm either playing music or a podcast, or like going through Snapchat videos, you know, listening to the volume. And it's like really bad recently. I have been like not paying attention at all when I walk. Like, I'm on my phone even when I'm walking. And like, I feel like I used to be like, okay, if I'm on the bus, I'll go on my phone. But now it's like, even if I'm walking and not on the bus, even if I'm doing like a 10-minute walk, I'm on my phone for 75% of that. And I'm not looking at where I'm walking. I'm probably banging into people, or like almost banging into people. I'm probably like walking past dangerous things or almost into dangerous situations by not being like aware of my surroundings, because I'm having music playing in my ears and I'm going on notifications on my phone and I'm like walking. So like, I haven't been like, I don't know, like I'm not being in the moment. I'm on my phone during my commute. I'm multitasking a lot, which I'm bad at, except when it comes to like commuting. Commuting is something like I always need to multitask, kind of, because it's like, it's boring if I don't. And that's kind of why I like listening to podcasts, because podcasts on commutes force me to just listen to that. So I can listen to the words, but I'm still looking around myself. Whereas if I'm on my phone looking at notifications, I'm not looking at my surroundings. And on top of that, I could be like listening to music, so I'm not hearing anything. So I don't know, I've been like really scared with that, because I'm like, whoa, like I'm literally not in the moment. This is like really bad. Like, I don't know. Maybe I just need to start listening to more podcasts on my commute or something. So I'm like not good at multitasking, except when it's coming to like that phone thing. Like, I'm multitasking on my commute. But like, I don't know, it's like it's the worst it's ever been. And it's that sensory overload. And I think it's because this semester I'm super focused on like media and notifications and opportunities. So I'm always trying to stay connected. And yeah, just a little scary. I'm going to try to stop doing that. And I'm going to try to slow down. Yesterday, I was in a focus group. And we were talking about slowing down. And how in New York, like New York culture is very like go, go, go. You literally like one thing to the next. And I know so many people, so many friends who have things back to back. Whereas I can't do that. I really need to have those mental breaks. So it's like, I like looking at my schedule right now, I have time after my internship on Sunday where I can relax. I have time between my Monday internship and class. Like, I scheduled 2-hour break, which is really nice. And then I have that 3-hour gap between classes. So nothing is really back to back, except last night when I babysat and I came home and I had to like sleep and wake up and like not get sleep. That was a little back to back. But like, if I don't babysit, it's not back to back. So I need a lot of mental breaks, and I feel like not a lot of people do, or at least they don't tell me that they do, or at least maybe they do need it, but they don't give it to themselves. So I know a lot of people who do back-to-back stuff in the city, and I'm literally so confused how they could do it. People will be like, okay, yeah, like I go to school 9 to, let's say they're at school like 9 to 4. They'll wake up at like freaking 8, leave at 8:30, get to school at 9, come home at like 4, say they're home at like 4:45. They'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, class ends at 4. Okay, yeah. They'll schedule something for like 5 p.m. And then they'll be like, yeah, okay, cool. And I'm just like, yo, how are you doing that? Like, I literally gave myself a 3-hour break between my dance class and my Puerto Rican culture class. So I don't know how they do it, but I need to do that to manage my anxiety, I guess, and those mental breaks. So in our in that focus group, it was like one of the first times I've ever done a focus group, but like, yeah, we talked about slowing down, and then it's like, I was like, wow, yeah, I really need to do that. But then like, literally right after that focus group, I had to zip home and then zip to babysit and then zip home and then wake up and do a bunch of things and go to this internship. And now I'm like, okay, yo, Sunday night, baby, slowing down. And like that mental break thing. So it's just like, I highly recommend taking mental breaks. If you don't think you need them, fine. But if you feel like you get anxious or stressed, mental breaks, giving yourself space between events and activities, I highly recommend. And that's the slowing down thing and like the going so fast. It like prevents you from going as fast. Like, you know, I don't know. I hope this is making sense. So, kind of tying back in with the working out. I looked at like all the different opportunities I have to work out. Meaning like, okay, if I want to work out, in general, where can I do it? When are good times to fit into my schedule? So like before, when I was like, oh, like I don't want to do it, I'm so sleep deprived right now, but I still worked out. So boom, my toning exercise is done. So I know tomorrow I'm not working out. Tuesday could be a day where like maybe when I get home from school I do cardio. Wednesday I could do yoga, or maybe Wednesday I do yoga and then Thursday I do cardio. So like, but also like giving myself time. Like I told myself maybe, I'll wake up really early and like go to the gym. But at the same time, I'm like, no, on the days that I have more time is when I'm going to give myself the time to work out. So like, basically, I think what I'm saying here, balance, obviously. Make sure you get time to sleep. If it just happens to work out, for example, Saturday night I have to babysit late, Sunday I have an internship, you know, if you have a quick turnaround like that, then get consistent sleep as much as you can. And it's like, if you lose it, just make sure you have a buffer of time to catch up, you know? So all of your goals, I feel like, can be accomplished. Like all of my goals, that's why I do my affirmations twice a week and read my goals, because I know that they're all possible and they can fit in my schedule. And like, we don't have to go so fast. We can make it work and like put it all in. I mean, I will say like socializing definitely takes a back burner sometimes for me when I need to like give myself those mental breaks. And food, like cooking and prep, like I will just buy my food out to save time. But in the city, I feel like you have to sacrifice something. It's like so hard to commute. It's crazy. Oh my God, I'm so exhausted. It's 10 p.m. I have to shower. I'm so excited to shower. Oh my God, guys, I'm falling asleep. I want to like wrap up with this because I'm going to take another sip of my bubbly. Hold on. I was intrigued that it's only 1B and I want to know why. Yum. Some lovely ASMR for you guys. So this one little thing that's been weird is when I moved back to my dorm, I noticed that I couldn't hear anything in the room. It was just silent. And I was like, okay, it's totally because like people haven't moved back in. Then people moved back in. But then it was also when I was sick. So I was like, okay, interesting. Maybe my ears are just stuffed from being sick. But now I'm better. People are moved back in. But like, I feel like I need to pop my ears. But I keep trying. And I don't know what that like is a sign of. I don't know if like, I don't know. And I think that is part of the reason why I've been trying to listen to things more. Like I'm always listening to music or a podcast or whatever. And like, I used to not need to listen to music that much, but like now I really, really do. I don't know. I just wanted to, like, add that in case anybody had any insight. But yeah, okay, I'm so sorry for all of this. This is such, like, a random podcast. It's, you know why? It's because I haven't filmed one in so long. I said in one of my, videos that I want to make this a monthly thing, and I kind of missed the month of January. So I think I'm going to do 2 in February. So yeah, okay. Thank you guys for listening. This was a lot. This was a life update. This was talking about anxiety, slowing down, building in some mental health breaks, and whatever else I talked about. I'm gonna, like, listen back to it, figure it out. All in all, I'm really happy. I'm really looking forward to the second week of school. I'm not gonna book myself. I'm not overbooking myself. Yeah. And you guys shouldn't either. I'm going to try to not talk so much about me. I'm going to try to make this like a I think we need to, so that it's a more relatable podcast. But I think this Virgo Vibes had a lot of good. This was like a very good podcast. I don't know, for my brain at least. But it was a little scattered and all over the place. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This is the first podcast where I actually have it on Anchor, Spotify, whatever. Let me know where you guys are listening to this. I'm still going to upload them to YouTube, and these are going to take the place of one of my videos during the week, like, because I post Tuesdays, Thursdays, so this is going to go up on one of those days. It's not going to be in addition, but yeah, I just wanted to add that in. Again, thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for subscribing. I have 160 subscribers right now. Next milestone is 200. And yeah, I just love y'all. Love y'all so much. Love this podcast. Love Anchor. Can't wait to do this monthly thing. Get my shit going. Yeah. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. Wonderful Sunday. I don't even know what else to say. Sleep deprivation is getting me right now. But yeah, have a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and I will talk to you guys in my next podcast, or see you guys in my next video.